So we are welcome back again today. Today is another beautiful day in our presentation. Okay, today we are looking at subject verb agreement. Rule 2 examples 6. Rule 2 examples 6. Okay. Before we go, let me just I told you earlier that we've changed to a new environment, and when we went round about 72 hours ago, we saw something strange, contrary to the environment we left. So what happened was that we took a bus, and when we got to our one environment, when we got to the final bus stop, we had to take a motorcycle, and then in the process of bargaining with the motorcyclist, we saw something. What actually happened was that someone that they were later told by bystanders that the person was mentally ill, that is, has some mental challenges. But what happened was that before we were told that he had some mental disabilities, we saw him holding some money, and then that is currency, that's paper. There's no coins in Nigeria. So the person just threw the money away. When he threw the money away, we thought probably he was playing a trick, or maybe he would return to pick the money. But the cyclist told us that he knew him very well, and that he asked him whether he had thrown the money away, but the man did not respond. He didn't reply anything. So the man told us that was how he used to throw money away. When they give him money, he would gather money and then he would throw them away. So we were surprised. We were thinking that probably he would return to pick the money, but he did not come back to pick the money. We were there when we saw him going, and the cyclist remained there on his motorcycle, and he counted all the money, and he told us the money. He told us that the money he threw away was 2,700 naira. So, and when we were thinking, okay, let's see, somebody will come and pick this money. So we stood there. We didn't see anybody coming to pick the money. So we asked the motorcycle. So there was an sort of discussion among between us and the motorcyclist. They said there are some traditional belief that probably he's a mad because a madman, and he has thrown the money away. Whoever picks it is also likely to, maybe probably the madness will transfer to him, to the person who picks the money. So we remained there, and up to about let's say some 5 to 7 minutes, no one came. All people were just passing, and no one picked the money. And so so we left. When we left, we spent about an hour where we went, about 1.5 hours where we went, almost 2 hours. So when we were coming, we took a motorcycle and got down at that same point. When we got there, we looked around. The money was not there, and the man even left. The madman even left there before we got motorcycle at the first time. So we were thinking, okay, now. So the question we asked the motorcyclist before we left was that, okay, so this man, there's a belief. He said here in us, in the new environment, that there's belief that if someone picks the money spiritually, the person can also become a mad person, because that is our belief. Probably they gave him that money that he should throw it away as a sacrifice, so that whoever picks it will. So whoever saw him at that particular time throwing that money away will not pick it. But if any person comes back there again, or came back there, passed by around that area, and saw that money, that person did not know who threw the money away. So the person will just pick the money and go. So now, according to what the cyclist told, would that person become a madman in the near future? That is one. So, and then my own question, the question I want to ask the public, okay, is that that kind of person, if he's living within his family circle, and then he eats in the house, okay, they serving food in the house. If anyone uses the cup that he used to drink water, that he also uses to drink water, would the person, become a mad person as well? If another person uses the spoon he used to eat, would the person turn to a madman as well? So that was the question I asked. Probably, does that mean that in that house his younger brother and his elder brothers will separate his cups and his spoons for eating? So that was the question I asked. I even asked at that particular point where we saw him. But then he threw the money away. We saw him. He didn't come back again. He left there before we even left. And the cyclist counted the money. He didn't touch the money, but he looked at the arrangement of the money and told us that all he has seen now, clearly, nothing less than 2,700 naira. So that was the story we saw yesterday in our new environment. Okay, another one still happened before this one, but probably tomorrow we are going to relate that.